About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 66 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Ritter's pass completes to Pitts. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver when he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding Kyle Pitts running the slant. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready. Black Ultra. Blackfoot, 6.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Ready?
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Shakes off the sag. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he's able to elude that. And even though he threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
On play action, here's Tua. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Pulled in at the 24. A beautiful fake. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. It's caught by Mike Evans. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Buccaneers at 1 and 5, really struggling here to start the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
On the ready. Ball ready. Let's go.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette, his third rushing touchdown of the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. but that brings up fourth. That close on third down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on third and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They'll throw now on the final play. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Okay,
about set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Here's the option going left on second down. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Buccaneers have it.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
First down, here's White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. He'll set up the screen to Fournette.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, Leonard Fournette, not a guy to shy away from contact. He can lower the boom on you when he gets ahead of steam, and that was a heck of a run right there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ready?
Play action. Now it's Tua.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Now a give here to Pollard.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
52, yellow.
He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Desmond Ridder
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
They're going to try and run. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Up the gun, Fournette. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Blue check. Ready?
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And take it right on the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
101 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here we go, set.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Now carry there for Fournette as he's able to work his way for a gain of about 5.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Fournette once more on second down. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. You can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. White, he'll try the left side. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Stop made by Marlon Davidson.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Rodrigo Blankenship with an important one.
This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
That's caught by Pitts.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down. He's back to throw.
London hauls this one in.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
A handoff for Herbert. Sean Murphy Bunting got him down.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Come on, set. Ready.
Down to an egos Tua, and that should just about do it.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Bucs, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.